Nicole Wallace aired a devastating segment during her 5 p.m. Eastern Time hour today about European nations in the midst of full-on lockdowns, wondering what we're doing, quietly, politely, wondering what we're doing by reopening indoor dining and relaxing mask restrictions depending on the state, city, or locality, because they're dealing with these variants, because they know from these variants and how sick people are getting. Are we in a foot race now with getting a certain percentage of our population inoculated?
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. This is where I will say that I'm currently nervous because we just don't know what we don't know. We do not have the genetic surveillance systems that many of the EU countries do, where they are able to actually detect these variants and able to detect the spread of these variants. We're trying to set those up, but it is entirely possible, as the CDC and others have predicted, that by March, the B117 and the B1351 emanating from South Africa and the UK are going to be one of several variants that are highly transmissible and, as you mentioned, more virulent, which can cause more death. And because we just heard from President Biden, the reality is that 13.5 million vaccines a week, Brian, still does not get us to hundreds of millions of Americans vaccinated for months. So I do think we're going to see a fourth surge. And if we can try to do everything that the UK is doing, the EU is doing, which we're not, then we will be in better shape to deal with that fourth surge. But if not, we're going to hopefully not see what we saw this past surge. I'm hoping that it mirrors more like what we saw in the July, kind of March, April timeframes. But as a reminder, when we were here talking about this almost a year ago, we thought this was devastating, that we had tens of thousands of cases. And so look where we're at now. And I really do worry that we're getting too many things at the same time. The threat of variants that we don't understand and don't understand the extent of. Number two, really how to get the states to kind of flywheel in vaccine distribution, because they're, as the governors pointed out, they're crying for the supply. And then number three, this pressure all the states and the country is under to reopen everything. Everything from schools, which actually should have been the priority, should have been talking about reopening schools before we were reopening bars and gyms, but here we are. So I think that's the perfect storm, not to steal from what my fellow Texans are dealing with, but it is where we're at, and who will win is going to determine what that fourth surge looks like, not whether it will happen.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.